What is going on, everybody? It is yours truly, Jay Smoothie, here to run through Week 5 and give you guys the Week 6 preview to the NFL, and of course, give you guys some additional college football picks. Of course, the Colts beat the Broncos 12-9. At this stage, the Broncos are pretty much shot. They're pretty much that horse that just can't run anymore because Russell Wilson's terrible. The offense has not lived up to expectations. And the defense sucks. Not to mention that the Colts are pretty much in the same lane. Matt Ryan has not lived up to any expectations. So honestly, two terrible teams, not even worth the deep dive. The Giants beat the Packers in London 27-22. The Giants are surprisingly 4-1, even though I feel like that's going to fall off at some point because it's New York football. But nonetheless, they are doing very well. As for Green Bay, they're struggling and they're trying to find their own way, which is typical Green Bay fashion. You know, you give all that money to Aaron Rodgers, no money left for the weapons. This is pretty much the result. The Steelers still suck. 38-3, get skull dragged by Buffalo. This is what happens when you start your rookie quarterback in Kenny Pickett. And of course, all Pickett did was Pickett, turn it over, and get sacked multiple times. Mike Tomlin didn't help him out, and neither did the rest of the team. As for Buffalo, they trek on and continue winning. Surprisingly, the Chargers get a win over Cleveland, 30-28. Cleveland almost pulled it out, but Cleveland being Cleveland, they choked at the last minute, giving the Chargers a much-needed victory. The fact that the Texans got a win over the Jaguars lets me know the Jaguars are not quite ready for prime time yet. They're a good team, but still have many holes to fill, and Trevor Lawrence played one of his worst games I've seen him play as a Jaguar, minus anything with Urban Meyer. Let's see. The Vikings beat Chicago 29-22. Chicago is trash, and the Vikings have something. But, again, they just beat the Bears, so I don't put too much stock into it. They are looking like a different team, though, with O'Connell as the coach. But let's see how long this lasts, because remember, Kirk Cousins is terrible in prime time, which means that he's going to choke at some point. Who knows when it'll happen, but probably later in the season, but who knows. Detroit woke up and realized that they are Detroit as they get shut out by New England 29-0. I thought maybe this could be a more competitive game with Detroit's scrappy attitude, but that didn't happen. They woke up and remembered how bad of a football team they are, and they just shit the bed. Seattle barely lost to the Saints 39-32. Geno Smith played very well. Came up short, though, and of course New Orleans, they had to scatter around between Taysom Hill and Andy Dalton just to get things done. They're still a mess over there. Seattle, they're scrappy. They're pretty much what Detroit should have been. The Jets beating up on the Dolphins, no surprise. No Tua, no Bridgewater, no problem for the Jets. Now they're going to throw out some rookie quarterback next week. And, well, all their momentum is pretty much shot and dead in the water, unfortunately. Tampa Bay, 21-15 over Atlanta. No surprise. They're surprised that it was as close as it was, but still. Tampa Bay pulled it out. Some terrible ref ball and refereeing jobs are what gave them this win, by the way, in a very close one. Atlanta got their hearts ripped out. Washington, of course, loses to Tennessee, 21-17. Tennessee is fraudulent. The Commanders are only commanding losses, not wins. And at this stage of the game, it looks like Dan Snyder is also commanding dirt on other NFL owners. And it looks like he might be on his way out of Washington as owner. And trust me, if they don't vote him out due to all the dirt he has, somebody's going to get dirt on him to force him out. Because Dan Snyder doesn't want to give up that team, but he will give up that team if forced. Of course, Carolina gets their asses kicked 37-15 by the 49ers. But the story here is that bum-ass Matt Rhule, the head coach of the Carolina Panthers, has been fired. 1-4 start. I think only 11 wins over like 3 seasons as head coach. Absolutely dreadful and embarrassing. He should go back to either Baylor or he should go back to some college that will allow his college coaching style to flourish, because he's another example, a Chip Kelly, a Urban Meyer, a Nick Saban. College coaches that are college football gods, but then when they get to the NFL, they are complete garbage because they can't do what they do in college. So Matt Rhule out. And Carolina's chances of winning anything significant are also out. They're probably going to tank the rest of the season for a number 1 pick if Chicago doesn't beat them to it. Philadelphia beat the Cardinals. The Eagles beat the Cardinals 2017. The Eagles are still undefeated, the best team in the league. They're probably going to fall off because it's Philly at some point, but right now they're looking very strong. If I had to guess, Philly is probably going to win that division because Dallas is good, but Cooper Rush is not good enough to take a division on his own. Even though I think like in a year or two he'll be ready. And to be honest, the Cowboys are waiting for Dak, if anything. They love what Cooper Rush is doing, but make no mistake, they're waiting for Dak Prescott. And, of course, the Giants, they're 4-1, but they're going to fall off at some point because they're the New York Giants. And then the Commanders, well, the only thing they're commanding are losses, so nobody really has to worry about them in the coming years. Or at least in the coming weeks of this NFL regular season. Speaking of Dallas, they beat the Rams 22-10. The Rams need to find their identity and find some wins fast or else they're fucked. Dallas somehow winning games with Cooper Rush, and I imagine Dak Prescott is not happy about that. The Ravens beat the Bengals Sunday night, 19-17. It was a very close game. A lot of drop balls, missed opportunities by the Ravens, and of course the Bengals didn't know better. They woke up and realized, hey, we're an underrated team that's not supposed to be a playoff team, not supposed to go to the playoffs, and not supposed to have a coach in Zach Taylor that's supposed to be any good. Taylor's being exposed, Burrow's getting his ass whooped, and the rest of that team is starting to show itself now. These are the Bengals that I know. The Bengals that I grew up knowing and loving do not win football games. And it appears as if this squad has woken up and realized, hey, we can't strive away from tradition. So they ended up losing a game like this where they needed to win. And then, of course, the Raiders fall short to the Chiefs, 30-29. Boy, things are getting ugly there in Vegas. Very close game here. Poor clock management is how they lost this, as well as a litany of other things. But nonetheless, very close game. The Raiders better play fucking angry from here on in. And as for the Chiefs, they look like they're in prime form, and it's only week number 5 now, about to be week 6. So speaking of which, let's look into the next slate of games, and let's get started. Tampa Bay will beat the Steelers, no question about it. Steelers suck. Bengals and Saints, give me the Bengals to bounce back. Even though they are a team that's going to fall off this year, there's no way they lose to the Red Rocket and to Taysom Hill. There's just no way they do that. Even though it's going to be very close. I can see it being like a field goal type of game. Let's see. Give me the Jaguars over the Colts. The Colts suck, and I don't know why the Colts are a 2-point favorite. That is laughable to me. Give me the Jaguars. They're the better up-and-coming team. And to be honest, even though they struggled last week mightily, I think this is the game where they bounce back and they kick the Colts in the face. Give me the Patriots over the Browns. The Browns choke too much. Even though they're a favorite, they choke too much for my liking. I won't be comfortable picking the Browns in anything until Deshaun Watson gets back. I pick them, but I'm not comfortable doing it. I'll be comfortable when Deshaun Watson is back quarterbacking for him. Give me the Packers over the Jets. Love the Jets. Love how they're playing this year. Much better football team. They're not a laughing stock, but they're not quite ready for those big wins yet. Ravens and Giants. Speaking of New York, this is going to be tough right here, man. This is going to be a tough game. Tougher than I think a lot of people, at least in the Baltimore area, are giving New York credit for. I'm going to pick the Ravens by a field goal, but boy, this is going to be tough. This is not going to be like the old school Super Bowl where we beat the shit out of the Giants. No, the Giants are a new team. They have a new coach. And apparently that coach knows how to get the best out of Daniel Jones and gets the best out of Saquon Barkley and that defense. So give me the give me the Ravens, but look out for the Giants. Not a dog I'd add on the list, but certainly one I would look at and consider. Vikings and Dolphins. Give me the Vikings. The Dolphins are shot at quarterback, and they're about to be shot at other positions as well. Minnesota will roll on. Give me the 49ers over the Falcons. I think that's pretty easy to pick. Rams over the Panthers, obviously. Panthers are garbage in the water. Arizona, Seattle. You know what? Arizona lost against the Cardinals, but they bounced back here against Seattle. Seattle lost against New Orleans, but close divisional game. Cardinals should blow them away in theory, but Seattle's been playing very good ball. But I think this is where Seattle gets exposed a little bit. Give me Arizona. Give me the Cards. In my opinion, game of the week right here. Game of the week. Game of the week, and let me tell you, folks, it's gonna be a slugfest. We're gonna watch two teams beat the shit out of each other in this one. Give me the Bills, though, man. Give me the Bills. It's crazy that the Chiefs are an underdog in this game. Actually, you know what? I take that back. My concern with the Bills is that Josh Allen is their only method of run. He can pass, and that defense is good, but now that I think about it, the Chiefs have way too many weapons. They have more weapons, especially on the running side of the game. Whereas the only run weapon that Buffalo has is Josh Allen. Give me the Chiefs, man. Give me the Chiefs in an upset. 2.5 on the spread. I'll take it. I'll take Kansas City to win at home by 2.5. Let's see. Eagles Cowboys Sunday night game. Oh, Eagles. They're going to continue their role. Cowboys are going to make it a very good game, though. Cooper Rush is playing excellent, and this is a divisional matchup. Has a chance to be very entertaining, but I'm going to go with the undefeated Eagles on this one. I think they roll on. And then, of course, the Monday Night Football game will be the same night as the Smooth Show, funny enough. The Broncos and the Chargers. Give me the Chargers. The Broncos are dead in the water. Russell Wilson looks like Donovan McNabb toward the end, or Dante Culpepper toward the end. And the rest of that team is awful. The Chargers have more weapons, more firepower, and they're more motivated. They're also the more ready team, in theory. So, to wrap things up, give me the Chargers. I'll take the Eagles. I will take the Chiefs in an upset. Wait, other two are favorites, right? Yep, other two are favorites. Cardinals, Chargers, I'll take. They're the favorites. Eagles are the favorites. Chiefs are the dog. I'll take the Chiefs. I will take Arizona over Seattle. I will take the Rams over the Panthers. I will take the 49ers over the Falcons. So San Fran over Atlanta. The Vikings over the Dolphins. Ravens over the Giants. Give me the Packers over the Jets. Give me an upset. Patriots over the Browns. I'll take the Jaguars over the Colts. I will take... I'll take the Saints. Actually, no. I'll take the Bengals. I believe I picked the Bengals before, so I'll pick the Bengals. I'll stick with them. I thought about it, but I'll stick with them. I'll stick with the Bengals here. And then I will take, of course, Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers, to defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, with that in the bag, it is now college time. And, folks, do I have a lineup for you? I don't have a lot of picks this week. Only, let's see here. Let me flip open my notes. Yep, only 5. So let's go down the list. A lot of very good games this weekend, by the way. Penn State and Michigan will be a fun one. But let's see. When I get to my first pick, I have 5 games picked for this weekend's slate. It is a long list of games, too. So let's see if we can zip through these if we can. By the way, Alabama and Tennessee is going to be a lot of fun to watch. Let's see here. By the way, Maryland should be able to win over Indiana. I see my first pick. NC State over Syracuse. Give me NC State plus 3.5 over Syracuse. They're on the road, but they've played the better ball than Syracuse, and Syracuse they've been good, but they've been waiting for a bit of a challenge, and I think that challenge will come in the form of NC State. Give me the Arkansas Razorbacks over the BYU Cougars. Only 1 point separates the Cougars and the Razorbacks. I think Arkansas can take it because of how close the line is. So give me Arkansas. Let's see who else. Let's see who else we got. Oh my goodness, quite a lot of games this weekend. I love it. Let's see. Just looking at some of them, like Clemson, for example. That'll be a fun one with Florida State. My second pick is now, it's right here. Mississippi and Kentucky. I am picking Kentucky plus 4 over Mississippi at home. I think in a home game situation, I think Kentucky can pull it out over Mississippi State. It'll be a clash of two SEC schools. So it's going to be a very close game, but I think they can pull it out. And of course, my fourth pick is USC. Yes, I'm picking the USC Trojans over the Utah Utes. USC is undefeated. They've actually had one of their better seasons so far in a good long while. And again, as close as that line is, I think they can actually knock off Utah, especially if it's a road game. I feel like if USC is going to win a road game, that's going to be the road game that they win. And, folks, my bonus of the week. Let's go all the way back up here for it. I thought I saw it, but I might have scrolled past it by accident. Let's see. By the way, Kansas, keep an eye out for Kansas over Oklahoma. Oklahoma has had a rough go about it. And actually, you know what? Oh, wait. I believe that is it. I was going to go Oklahoma State. I was going to go OK State, but considering the status of Oklahoma and how they just got shut out by Texas last week, I think this is a week where they're going to get caught by a Kansas team on the road. So, just to recap, I'll take Kansas plus 8.5. I will take NC State. Let me see what they were put at. Hold on. By the way, Oklahoma State is another one I'm going to add to the slate. So, not only am I going to throw in Kansas, folks, I'm going to throw in Oklahoma State. I thought I was going to take it off the board, but you know what? I think the more the merrier here. I did look at this one. TCU is a solid team, and they actually have been playing, I'd say, the best ball they've been playing in about 2-3 years. And they look like an intimidating team. So, give me Oklahoma State, though, for the upset. I think if they're going to get upset, Oklahoma State, who's also been playing solid ball, can catch them. They can catch them at home. They can catch them lacking at home. It wouldn't be the first time I saw a team like that get caught unexpectedly while on home soil. So, we're going to go Kansas, 8.5 over Oklahoma. We are going to go, scroll down here, Oklahoma State plus 4 over TCU. Then we're going to go, shout out to Maryland. They're going to beat Indiana. Don't bet it, but they're going to beat them. NC State over the Syracuse Orange on the road at 3.5. So give me them. Let's see. We will also go Arkansas plus 1 over BYU. And then the nightcap for my little parlay. Let's see. It is going to be, oh, they're making me scroll for this one. Kentucky over Mississippi State at plus 4. So to recap, Kansas, Oklahoma State, NC State, Arkansas, Kentucky. 5 teams, 5 solid picks right in the bank. Oh, and I almost forgot. My bonus pick. USC over Utah, the night game, the nightcap. So to recap, to get all the picks in, it's Kansas, Oklahoma State, NC State, Arkansas, Kentucky, USC. That's right, folks. We're going ACC with this one. We're going SEC with this one. And, of course, we're going Pac-10 out west with this one. And we're even going Big Ten with Kansas. So, we have pretty much a nice little mixed bag there. Oklahoma State, Arkansas, Kentucky for the SEC. Let's see, out west we have USC. We have NC State for the ACC. And, of course, for the Big Ten we have Kansas. I think it's Big 12. Big 10 or Big 12. Actually, I think it's Big 12. Big 12 and Kansas. So, those 6 picks, those 6 teams, certainly underdogs to look at. It is yours truly, Jay Smoothie. I want to thank you all for tuning in as always. I hope you guys found this informative. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you guys make some money this weekend. Put together your parlays with the college picks, with my NFL picks, and watch the money roll in. And until next week, everybody, I am out.